So it finally happened. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has just resigned, effective immediately. This is massive news for the company, massive news for the automotive industry, and it could mark the start of their comeback tour, but there is still a lot of work in order for them to get out of this rut that they have found themselves in. But before we get right into it, if you guys could just do me a solid, just hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out in a big way. Or subscribe if you're feeling extra generous. It is the holidays after all. Now, I had a feeling Carlos was done, and I am sure I am not alone there. There were a lot of rumors circulating about him being replaced, but I assumed, like many others, because of all the reporting and the statements that were coming out from Stellantis, that he would be keeping his position as the CEO until at least 2026, at which point his contract would then be up for renewal, and the Stellantis board of directors could choose to go in a different direction if they wanted, and they could put a new CEO in his place. That's how I thought it was going to go down. The fact that Carlos has chosen to resign instead and that it's effective immediately speaks volumes because Stellantis doesn't even have a replacement CEO lined up yet. From my understanding, it's going to be their chairman, John Elkann, who's going to be taking the wheel in the interim. Elkann, sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. According to CNBC, Stellantis said that the resignation was unexpected. However, they also said in a press release that, quote, in recent weeks, different views have emerged, which have resulted in the board and the CEO coming to today's decision, end quote. Now, if you've been following my automotive news and updates on Instagram and TikTok in the last 12 months, you know that Stellantis has had a brutal year. This screenshot alone, this is enough to make pretty much every investor in the company shed a tear. Down over 45% to date. There's a reason that the company is in full panic mode. Now, before you say, well, look, everything's overpriced, nobody's buying vehicles right now, let's take a look at how good General Motors is doing this year. Up basically 50%. Now, through the first 6 months of this year, Stellantis' profit was down almost 50%. If any of you watching own a company, just imagine that for a second. Year over year, down 50% profit. And it's not like this was just a first half of the year problem either, because Stellantis recently reported their Q3 sales numbers, and those were down 20% year over year. They also got pressure from the dealers continuing to increase because many of them are just swimming in inventory. It is just piling up on their lots. There's a reason that the rebates and the incentives for Stellantis brands keep going up. They have to get these units to move. They're only going to get older as the days go by. Of course, on top of everything else, there's also the pushback from the public when it comes to the discontinuation of the Hemi and the Ram. You've also got, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure the EV Dodge Charger is getting much interest. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see what the sales numbers look like when they finally report. But every day there also seems to be just more bad news in the pipeline for the brand. Hopefully, and I genuinely mean this, hopefully they can find a new CEO sooner than later because that uncertainty is just not going to be good for them either, so that they can at least start turning this really big ship around. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think the biggest problems are with the company? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.